I am Arshitan from Third Sem CSE of Government SKS GTI. In today's presentation, let's we discuss about the role of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in making Indian Constitution. First, let's we move on to the introduction part about the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar had been an outstanding contribution by drafting the Constitution of India, and he became a champion of human rights. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was born on the 14th April 1891 in Mao, which was presently in Madhya Pradesh. After graduating from Elphinstone College, which was in Bombay in 1912, he joined a Columbia University, which was in USA, where he was awarded a PhD. In later stage, he was appointed as India's first law minister. On August 29, 1947, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was appointed as the chairman of the drafting committee. After becoming a chairman of the drafting committee, he provided an inspiring preamble to the constitution, ensuring justice, social, economic, political, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Not only he played a major role in preparing a preamble to the constitution, he also played a seminal role in framing of the Indian Constitution, used all his experience and knowledge in drafting the Constitution of India. He has awarded a legal framework for the people of the India and becoming a India as Ganarajya as a result of a devolution of power to the people. Next, in Constituent Assembly, Jawaharlal Nehru remarked Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's major work, such as Dr. Ambedkar played a most important part in framing of Indian Constitution. No one took great trouble and care over constitution making than Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, which was said by the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru in the Constituent Assembly. Next, let's we move on to the what were the contributions that were contributed by the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in making the Indian Constitution, such as the fundamental rights, socio-economic justice for the people, parliamentary democracy, protective discrimination or reservation for the people, state socialism, social philosophy. Next, let's we move. What were the major contributions that were contributed by the Ambedkar in making the Indian Constitution? Dr. Ambedkar was rather more instrumental in incorporating Article 17, which provides for the abolition of untouchability. The untouchability was a major evil practice that was done in olden eras. So to abolish or to destroy these untouchability, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar incorporated this Article 17 for the abolition of untouchability. Next, the concept of socio-economic justice as envisioned by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is well reflected in the directive principles of state policy. To the socio-economic justice, especially for the SC, ST, and backward classes, to provide a justice for them, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar struggled so much, and it was reflected in the directive principles of state policy. Next, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was a strong advocate of the federal structure of the union and states based on the principles of a strong center and independent states. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's social democracy comprised politicians, political parties with high standards of political morality, honesty and integrity, and strong and highly responsible opposition party or parties committed to the cause of the downtrodden and depressed classes. So hence Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was a strong advocate of the federal structure of the union and states. Next, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar also did a great service to the nation by proposing the institution of a unified judicial system and common all India service with a view to strengthen national unity and integrity. In order to strengthen the unity among the people and integrity among the people, in order to develop these unity and integrity, he provided a unified judicial system and common all India service. The real contribution of Ambedkar is reflected in the protective discrimination scheme or the reservation policy of the government envisioned under some provisions of Part 3 and many of Part 4 dealing with the constitutional mandate to eliminate the condition of the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes and the other backward classes. Ambedkar made it his mission to uplift the untouchability and other downtrodden masses from the unequal position of inferiority to that of equal position of party which was in socio-economic status with high caste Hindus. So he proposed to give a justice for the SC and ST and backward classes. He included these provisions of Part 3 and many of Part 4. Next, at last, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar advocated his economic doctrine of state socialism in the draft constitution. He proposed a state ownership of agriculture with a collectivized method of cultivation and a modified form of state socialism in the field of industry. But due to strong opposition in the Constitution Assembly, he could not incorporate this scheme of state socialism under the fundamental rights as a part of the Indian Constitution. It failed to incorporate into the fundamental rights due to the opposition party. Let's conclude this session by saying this main objective of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was to uproot the evil of deep-rooted caste system and to transfer this country from uncivilized state to civilized state. The provisions made by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in Indian Constitution, which was enabled the Dalits and women to enjoy the prospects of freedom. Ambedkar is unforgettable for the people of India. The people of India have received the liberty through the ballot box. Indeed, the whole credit goes to the Baba Saheb Ambedkar for his outstanding contribution work for the country like India. Thank you.